on that note, we are playing Necrobiotic.
Necrobiotic. Yeah.
Yeah.
These shirts that Holly and I are wearing are on part. Oh my!
I'm
Quite the
used to
shift.
that,
That's
right?
quite the shift. Um,
Down right.
are on the pre-order, I believe, the pre-order
Mm-hmm.
website. I got mine at Gen Con. And then you will be at PAX U in Philly in December. Are you bringing all the stuff to buy? Can we like sell you out there as well?
For on pre-order or PAX Unplugged?
At PAX Unplugged.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. And hopefully we'll have all the physical stuff. So yeah.
I'm excited. Okay, let's play this game. Let's go.
Oh no. Stop that. When you do that, that makes me really nervous.
Yeah, well, you got to go from like being like all excited about stuff to like, oh, yeah, this is like
Oh
a
yeah.
super
This
depressing
is
like
sad.
dystopia.
Yeah.
Right.
Florence, the 21st of October, 2057. Desperate times call for desperate measures. This adage has cleared too many eras and too many horrors throughout history, and tomorrow it will probably clear the most abhorrent of all. To try to save our species from starvation, we will probably doom it to horrific madness, as long as we are not captured and burned at the stake in the public square. But this, I doubt, can happen. People are too hungry now to judge the hand that will offer them the food. I want to write all of this because many things will change tomorrow, and I need to know that a testimony from the before will remain. A testimony from a version of myself that could still choose to step back and screw it all up. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but I think there needs to be an account of how things went, of how we came to this, of how we made the choices we made. Elisabetta Gori, the creator of the construct. Um, and with that somber note left from history, which is 2057, so we're not that far off from it. Um, we find the three trudging through a skeletal like town, farmhouses, kind of closely knitted together. A swing kind of gently moves back and forth as the wind kind of picks up the one remaining chain link attached to the top of it. A teddy bear discarded on the side right next to it, part of its face ripped in half, stuffing littered on the ground. Skeletal figures in between the wooden steps up towards the farmhouse. One is clutching a Barbie doll, slightly melted into the ground. You're not that far. You know, every now and then you'll hear a sharp uptick of noise from that signal of the radio that you have. You're not far. But it's been pretty lonely the last couple of days. You've seen nothing since those clear blank eyes staring at you through the windows of the second story abandoned household. Every now and then you hear a rustling and a twig crack. And it's hard to tell if it's just a deer or something more sinister. And the longer you stay out here, the more the imagination runs wild with all sorts of abhorrent and evil deeds that could be done to the three of you. But at least you have each other. Every morning you wake up, see each other, and with the sunrise, it keeps you going. Maybe even look at a picture of the one that you're going to risk everything for. So, how's everyone feeling as you guys move through the rubble and broken glass in this small little town in Italy?
So you mentioned the walkie-talkie. what's and we're hearing sounds on it. What is the distance? Like, what's the range? Like, is it like a little play one, like maybe 100 feet, or is it like a legit
It's a
mile?
legit, yeah. It's kind of got the, we'll say you kind of have that little antenna that can pull out to really get some reach to it. Um, but yeah, the science of it is pretty shaky because you've only had torn apart manuals and such like that to build it. So the exact distance isn't quite known, but only speculated. But um, you can tell that the feedback of it somewhat increases in this direction, and every now and then, when you sleep, you can almost hear Ginger's soft voice from the other side.
Um, and it's powered by batteries, I assume.
Um,
Like,
Actually, it could be. It depends on the item. So, let's say for this, you have like a hand crank. So, like
yeah,
on the other side of it, you just like
yes. Okay. Um,
to charge it up every day.
when Jessica lays down, definitely sleep is elusive because she will be cranking that all night in hopes of hearing something. So possibly keeping the others awake with this crack, crack, crack. And hoping nobody cares. This like torn up Teddy and melted Barbie description, is that normal for this like outside the city walls kind of stuff, or is this like
it's
unusual?
it's hard to say what's normal outside the city. Um, I- Italy and Florence is pretty isolated, and without the technology we've all grown accustomed to, it's hard to figure out what's happened in the rest of the world. Um, so it's probably definitely jarring, um, especially the skeletons, the dead.
Yeah, I feel like Ruby would probably not be concerned with this. Like, I feel like she's seen a lot of crap
Yeah,
out here and just like it just rolls. I think there may be some times when certain things might just make her like trigger her just a little bit just because, she's seen combat many times. Um, but she's still in the game, so she's not like, an ex-soldier. She's still doing the thing. So,
yeah.
For sure. Um, Murphy would probably it's not that she has never been outside. It's that she does not like to go outside of the city. She really likes the safety that the Citadel provides her, and she would probably be just like a little skittish, like a little jumpy. Like every time like a bigger like snap of a twig would happen, she'd probably be like not necessarily clutching her pearls, but she'd be like, "Oh no, oh no!" Like instant filled with dread. Like, always expecting the worst, so that you can never be disappointed. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Jessica's definitely like walking closely to um Ruby, and if she lets her, she's gonna try and hold her hand, like for a little bit of extra like reassurance, like this is normal, right? Like this we're not this is normal, like kind of kind of gauging how worried she should be by Ruby's status.
yeah, I think she just got like this sort of like distant look on her face when she sees this.
Mm.
The like teddy bear and all the like, like it just it's one of those things that like she's seen so much of this and so many of her journeys have been like, she's seen people lose everything. Like people that outside the city like lose everything. She's seen people from outside the city take everything from each other and try to take everything from her and her crew. So she's looking at this. She's not really emoting, I would say, but she squeezes your hand tightly, holds it for a few seconds, and then lets go to like put her hand on her weapon.
Mm.
Just because whoever did this could still be around. And but she doesn't say anything, but she gives you a squeeze and a knowing smile, and then puts her hand on her weapon.
So I have this battle drone. How I'm assuming it. So when Kelly thinks drone, I think flying thing, but I'm assuming this is actually on the ground. Is it flying or is it ground?
It could be. It's up to you, actually.
Oh,
When
okay.
you make it, you get to pick a
Fancy.
couple of qualities that it can have.
Oh.
So we'll say in this case, you can choose right now whether it's like a what type of mode of transport it has.
I would say flying, considering that she normally plays in the garbage, and that's probably hard to have like a ground vehicle. So I'm gonna have
Yeah.
it flying. So she is going to start taking it out. Is it super huge?
No,
Okay.
it's pretty like because you'd have the cool things about the technosophers is you have the tech of today. So if you think about the size of a drone today, they're relatively small. Of course, this doesn't look as pretty as and polished as the ones today. It's old. It probably has like Nintendo pads and duct tape putting it all together and pieces of an Atari out in front of it.
A bird sticker.
Yeah, definitely a bird sticker. That little blue bird.
Excellent. She's going to. Okay, so I'm going to take out the battle drone and have it kind of be our scout and see and kind of flying ahead of us. And I don't have a camera listed, but I'm assuming there would be one on there because most drones. Okay. Okay, so that is. So I'm going to be looking and kind of looking for movement of other humanoids, maybe even animals. And then I'm going to show the screen to Ruby and be like, okay, do you see any like WMDs on here? Like what's, I don't know what I'm looking at.
So you have two consequences for this, and consequences aren't always bad. But there are two things that you can acquire from this. One is good and the other is bad. So you can play 2 successes and get them both. Or if you can only play one, you get to choose whether you want to know about the bad or the good. And this is an archaeopiloting
Okay.
or play for you.
Yes. Okay. So I can do 2. Oh, wait. Yes. If you play the suit, it's an automatic success, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. All right.
I've got 2 successes because I am skilled in it, so I can play 2 cards.
Yes.
Perfect. There you
Perfect.
go.
I want to know about everything.
So coming up, you see on your screen the black and white images as it moves in between these tall, thick trees, which are sprouting through the brickwork of this old hovel. You turn the corner with this little thing, and it kind of the screen goes black for a few seconds, and you realize that your little drone, you should have a name for it.
I think Alita is what I should call
Lita,
it.
yeah.
I believe that's what was said in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battle
Alita.
Angel Alita. Yes.
Is on the ground, but you can easily kind of put it back up into the sky, and you realize as you're looking around via the camera that it has ran into several skeletons, which are hanging, part of its meat still attached to it. So it's kind of still in that process of decomposition. Each one has what looks like barbed wire wrapped around their neck, with deep lacerations into the bones. Some of them, one of them is definitely wearing the remnants of an architect apron. The other 2, you can kind of see those overalls you you notice your partner wearing every now and then when they go out on patrol. So that's the bad thing. Okay.
That does sound bad.
Cool, cool, good, cool.
Cool. The good thing is this person hasn't noticed the drone, but there's an individual who looks to be finishing up digging a grave and placing a kind of a makeshift cross onto the front of this mound. This individual has short blonde hair, or at least light colored hair from your perspective, wearing what looks like a monk's robe.
Oh. Okay. Definitely relay this. And all right, Ruby, like, here's what's going on. Looks like they're killing people like you two out here. But there is somebody there, like maybe burying somebody, so maybe they were spared. Should we go talk to them? Like, I want to go talk to them and be like, what's going on? Like, how can we help you? But like, maybe we shouldn't, because maybe they're gonna kill us. Like, I don't know what to do here. And the drone is just hovering. Like, should I bring the drone back? Should I shoot the person?
It's usually better to avoid people outside the walls. Just you never know. The farther as far as we are out, they're desperate. We all do things when we're desperate, right?
Yeah. She like clicks the drone to like reverse.
But they might be able to help us. It's a possibility. If it's just one, if you're only seeing one.
Yeah. All I saw was one. And they were making a makeshift cross on a grave.
So they're not totally out of their minds.
I also didn't see them.
Well, that depends on who you ask.
They didn't look like they were armed. I couldn't tell. So.
Okay.
And they didn't seem to be in like military garb or anything, or like heavily armored, you know? So just like a civilian type.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Maybe the best answer is to go see them. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not thinking clearly.
I have no idea what to do. My drone, I could talk to him through my drone. It might sound really weird because it's one of those talk boy ones that like muffle your voice and you sound really weird, so they may not wonder who we are. Yeah, Skin, you want to come check out some soldiers?
I hope that it should sound like the voice modulator from Scream.
I'm inside the house.
Like the key.
Murph, what do you think?
I mean,
it looked like maybe the people who were killed, hard to tell because they were starting to decompose, was someone like you and maybe 2 guards.
I mean, that doesn't really boost any confidence in me as a person. I like my job. I like us. I also want to find Ginger. If we can find her,
This is the first person we've seen in days. I think it's worth it, but maybe. I also want to keep you safe.
How many people were dead and how many people were standing?
3 and 1.
3 are dead.
Uh-huh.
And 1 is standing.
And possibly 1 more in the ground.
What if You let me go and talk to them. You two hide. And then that way, we could
Only
potentially have an ambush if we needed it.
only if I can follow you with my drone.
Yeah.
It's got guns on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen me like
Two-
playing
two-way
with it.
communication. Two-way communication.